What is up, guys? This is Connor Tombstone Tierney. This past weekend, I just had my second title fight in a second weight class. I'm now the simultaneous 145 and 155 champion. This was a very long and very hard camp going down to 145, so I spent a lot of time hitting the bag and a lot of time sparring. Thankfully, I was able to test out and review these Barric Boxing gloves. If you've not heard about Barric Boxing, sit down and listen up. You're going to want to. Barric is a boutique boxing brand. There's one man who makes all these gloves by hand. Each individual component of these gloves is handmade in the United States. Everything from the leather to the stitching, the laces, the horsehair inside of this, the latex inside of this, all of it is hand-sourced, handmade in the US. I got to review these gloves over the past 10 weeks. Just a heads up, Barric did send these out for me to review. However, no exchange of money or any monetary compensation was made. I'm free to say whatever I want about these gloves. He sent me them to test, and test them I did. I probably got in around 1,000 rounds combined of bag work and sparring work with these two gloves over the last 10 weeks. I want to start with the liner of these. The liner on these is, in my opinion, one of the best features of this glove. So the liner is not only soft, but unlike a bunch of other gloves I've used Windy, Fairtex, Boxio TM, Cleto Reyes. I've used a ton of different brands, and some of them are amazing. I'm not going to dog on any brand specific or boost any brand up because I'm really trying to focus on these gloves here. However, some brands, especially after time, the inside liner gets really baggy. These have not done that. I've had them only 10 weeks, but I've used the hell out of them. The liner on these is still super snug, super tight. It's not loose at all, and it's very silky smooth. It's not that coarse kind of material you get on cheap, like Dick's Sporting Good gloves or even some of the upper tier $100, $120 gloves. Not that at all. I don't know if you can see this, but these gloves are super, super silky on the inside. All right, it's like putting your hand inside a silk shirt. The hand compartment isn't super tight. I know a lot of Mexican style gloves, which I have a few of them. I got some Boxio TM, some Cletos. The hand compartment is really tight. I kind of like that, but that's purely personal preference. This is somewhere in the middle. It's not super roomy. It's not baggy, but it is. It's kind of nice. You got some room for wraps. You got some room if you got bigger hands. It's not too roomy. I really want to talk about the foam. The foam is my favorite part of this glove, and it absolutely knocked it out of the park. So this uses what's called NASA foam and horsehair foam as well. So over the course of these 10 weeks, these gloves have absolutely molded to my hand. I was messaging the owner of Barric, and he was saying they would do that. I was kind of iffy. A lot of glove manufacturers say that. These actually have done that. This feels like a fully custom glove. It took about a week, probably 1 to 2 dozen rounds of bag work and sparring mix for them to really get broken in. But as you can see, they open and close very well. The thumb is in a good position, but the inside of them is a really good custom fit. So I would highly recommend, if you guys have any other questions about these Barric gloves, let me know. 10 out of 10. Just a word about pricing. You do get what you pay for. I've got a pair of Boxio TMs that were around $300. I've got combat corners that were $120. I've had Windies. I've had Fairtex. All great gloves. These are not some glove that you just buy on a whim and then you leave them in your bag. They get stinky. The leather wears out. You get a hole in with them. 6 months, they're gone. Okay? Don't do that to these gloves. These gloves come at a premium price, but it's because they're handmade in the United States and they're made with premium materials, okay? You can get them lace up or Velcro. I'm a lace up guy. I also use lace and loops. That's a story for another time. But I used these gloves almost exclusively for the last 10 weeks and they've held up just fine. There is some slight, I don't know if you can see it, color distortion here, but that's just the first layer of the leather. That'll come off when you condition them and actually clean them super well. So I could not be more happy with these gloves. Barric, thank you for sending me these out. Yeah, these gloves are excellent. If you're in the market for a high-end premium pair of boxing gloves, please give Barric a try. I highly recommend them. I was not paid to say this. I was not paid to tell you that you should go buy these. He didn't even tell me give a good review. He just said try these out, let me know how they are in camp, and get back to me. So Barric, I appreciate you. You make one hell of a glove. And thank you guys. Have a good one.